One other thing too, I want to talk about as somebody who's led multi-million dollar initiatives and projects, who's worked with CIOs, right? And now as an agile coach, you are working to help organizations with that change. What are some of the biggest challenges maybe for an agile coach within an organization, right? Because you've had the experience from just not only coaching, but leading, doing the whole develop everything. So I'd love to know what you would think are some of the biggest challenges.
Wow, where do I even start? That's a fully loaded question. There has been so many challenges. I think if I'm being brutally honest, I had an easier life when I was not called a coach, when I was a consultant, a delivery specialist, because people looked at me as somebody who knows how to do delivery. But as soon as I put the hat of a coach, people go, oh, she's only here to give us lectures and she's only here to tell us how things to be done and actually doesn't have a historical background in data or in delivery. That's a very big misconception with a lot of coaches because a lot of us are actually from development background. A lot of us actually still can code in SQL and Unix. So it's not fair to just assume that we only know the frameworks or we only talk about mindset and culture. We actually know what is it that the IT teams are facing and what is it that the business needs to do and leadership needs to have. So it's a full 360-degree view that we've got. A lot of times I feel like people look at coaches as having a silver bullet. Just come solve our problem. This is a 6-month program, 12-month transformation, be done with it. When there's always a cost cutting measure, coaches are the first one to go because who
Oh,
needs coaches? And then they'll go, oh, no, no, we don't need the fluffy stuff. It's not the fluffy stuff. It's introspection into what are you trying to achieve and why are you trying to achieve. Yes, everybody wants to do a transformation. Everybody wants to change. But for what? And what kind of journey is it going to be for your people? Is it going to be very much an investment into automation and tools? Is it going to be, very high infrastructure upgrade? Is it going to be a different lens on business? Is it going to be risk and regulatory based? So we all have to always think of different angles. And often people just go, we just need transformation. We just need to deliver faster, cheaper, better. But what does that translate into? That's where the whole gap is. What are your system efficiencies? What are your system blockers? How do people view you when you're trying to do a transformation? There's for the lack of better words, kind of a stigma when people are trying to talk to a coach. They're going, oh, we don't need coaching. We just need you to tell us or do things for us. Don't actually come and say, you should do this and you should do that. Well, we're here to have that conversation and to see how we can help. So I've seen quite a lot of times people just become very disillusioned that the coach has shown us everything, we can do it ourselves. And that's where they start to go downhill. That's where they think that they've understood everything and they're not. Stakeholder participation, stakeholder management, understanding the expectation. A coach is someone who's going to hold to the value of integrity, is going to be true to the person. It's like the analogy I like to give is like a medicine. So the medicine is going to make you healthier. The medicine needs a dosage of 1 spoon at night every day. You're not going to finish the bottle and overdose. You will need that 1 spoon a night every day. So don't think because you've had 3 spoons and your cough looks a little better that the everything is gone, you're cured, your health is fine. No, now the coach is actually going to look at your body, is going to do performance improvement, is going to build your stamina. There's so many other things the coach is going to do for you. So there's always that bigger picture of why do you need a coach? Do you really believe in getting coached? Another favorite pet peeve of mine is people hiring coaches because we're perfect. Don't come and coach us. Coach the other team. Coach that side of the fence. Because, we're the leaders. We're paying for you. So please, just we're perfect. Don't come and tell us what we need to change. Tell them they need to change. It doesn't work like that. If you need to start a change, a transformation, it starts from you. You need to understand what is it that you're people need from you, and if they see you changing, they will adopt it.
Yeah, and I totally agree, Jyoti. And I hope that the folks that are watching this video, especially have you talked about the value, the importance, in your experience, they understand it. And for the folks who just love sports, and for the folks who watch probably The Last Dance, it was on ESPN about, the Bulls and Michael Jordan. At the end of the day, Michael Jordan, when he didn't have the coach Phil Jackson, he didn't win, right? Without the coach Phil Jackson coming on, working with even their best player, Michael Jordan, making him change, making the organization change. That is why they won. Same thing what he did with the Lakers. The value of the coach. You have to be able to change. You're not perfect. Michael Jordan knew he thought he was the man, but then he changed based on the coaching from Phil Jackson. And as an organization, they changed and they won all those titles. And he did that with the Lakers. So I love how you talk about, the value, and I hope organizations understand the value. And it's not you're the first ones to be cut off because you bring the value. You need to enact change to really take on the whole new data changes in the world. So love how you talk about that, Jyoti. That's awesome.
Thank you.
And I got to ask too, my last question, what are some of the major trends you foresee, not only just with the Agile coaches, but with the data delivery, because you've worked on so many of these multi-million-dollar initiatives that companies will either have to learn or they're going to have to tackle later on to make themselves data-driven, right? What do you foresee in some of those trends?
Oh, a lot. A lot has been written about it. A lot gets talked about it. I love reading into Gartner's report and the HBR reviews. It's just amazing. Data is everywhere, from AI to Bitcoin to natural language processing. I mean, there's no stopping data anymore. I like to use the quote that I always say, in God we trust, for everything else, bring your data. So it's going to be very data centric. If people think that they can avoid or go around it, there's no choice. There's absolutely no choice. Something I was reading recently, which struck a chord with me, was Gartner saying that there will be a decline in dashboard. You know how people love dashboard reporting, seeing those pie charts go up and down, the bar graphs up and down. There will be a huge decline because dynamic data stories will take over. Dynamic data stories with more automated and consumerized experience. It'll be live changes based on the role, based on the persona, based on the needs, based on market trends. It will change right then and there. Now that is something that blows my mind, because even till date, I see people going through dashboard, and every week there's a new dashboard presented and people are running around to update that dashboard. Imagine a world where you have to do nothing. You just hook up with API and cloud, and you are just looking at the live trends. How mind-boggling is that? That also means that you'll be so much in tune with the user's need, so much in tune with the market trends, that you may have to change or pivot very fast. There won't be months or even days to make that change. If you're in a product business, you will have to react faster. And in order for you to react faster, you couldn't have silos of business, finance, IT, procurement, legal, marketing. No, it's going to be one unit which develops, deliver, funds, goes to market that much faster. Fast, when we talk about speed, when we talk about delivery, it has to be with quality, because who's going to buy a half-cooked product from you? So those silos have to go. There has to be just one recognized team which is actually pushing through things at a very fast rate in product world, in market. So for me, it is an amazing concept, because coaches are trying so hard to bring these silos together. But with this happening in data world right now, with this, there's no escaping this. It may just be an organic evolution and it'll happen.
Yeah, I totally agree. Speed, quality, real time, totally true. And this is why coaches are so important, And again, Jyoti, I want to thank you for taking the time and joining me on Talking Data and more today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you for reading the article and having me over here.
No, thank you. And hopefully everybody, as I mentioned, the link will be below. Please check out the article. Great article. Game changer, still resonates today. I want to thank you all for taking the time and watching Talking Data and more. My name is Chris Evans, and I hope to see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.